What is going on, guys? Taylor Super with SharpSportsNetwork.com, bringing you some of my favorite plays and general thoughts on this Wednesday 11-game NBA slate. Got a massive slate today. I've been absolutely crushing it, though. If you guys check me out on Twitter at Taylor Stuber, you'll see that our members are consistently winning every single day. I think that we got some of the strongest content out there. If you want a chance at a free NBA season pass, all you have to do is subscribe, like this video, and then comment below with your favorite play of the day, selecting a winner every single Monday. And if you want to join the team at SharpSportsNetwork.com, you get our NBA optimizer, projection system, my private player pool, private Discord chat, private live stream before lock every single day, player grades, and my private cheat sheet. So we're giving away a lot of content. If you check me out on Twitter at Taylor Stuber, you see our members are consistently winning, and I think we're giving away some of the best content apps out there. And then if you guys want to join our Twitch stream for completely free today, it's 4 p.m. Central Time, twitch.tv/SharpSportsNetwork. Link is in the description. Like I said, I'll be live streaming at 4 p.m. Central Time, answering some questions and going through the slate with you guys. So yeah, if you want to give me a follow on Twitter, it's at Taylor Stuber. Give away some of my favorite plays throughout the day. So yeah, let's just start off on Draftkings. There's a lot of injuries today. One of them that really stands out is Kyrie Irving. Obviously, it's going to be missing again. Spencer Dinwiddie, I don't have to tell you this, but I'm going to reiterate how good of a play he still is, despite his increase in price on all the sites. A 34.4% usage rating, an assist percentage of 34.4, and averaging 1.24 fantasy points per minute. So they rose his price pretty significantly, but I still want to go back to him. He's only 7.2K over here on DraftKings. On Fanduel, they rose his price to 7.3K. So I hope people are scared off of it. Charlotte is the tied for the third worst team in terms of defensive rating. The Nets are projected for over 110 points today. I'm going to go back to him, and he played 33 minutes last game, but if we look at the game log, or at the game flow of their last game with Kyrie Irving out, he played 33 minutes, but he came out with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter due to a blowout. So if you add, obviously I don't think he would have played the entire third quarter because they were trying to get back in the game, but you can add 3 or 4 minutes onto him. So he would have played 36, 37 minutes with a 1.24 fantasy point per minute rate in an even better matchup against Charlotte. Both teams are relatively fast. Yeah, I'm going to want to go back to the well with Spencer Dinwiddie. I don't care about the price raise. I'm going to go back to him. So I like him a good bit. I'm going to try to get in some of these Golden State Warriors guys. I know a lot of people are going to be scared off just because they only have 101 point projected team total, which I understand against this Dallas team. That's pretty stingy on defense, but unless it's a team like Utah, I'm really not avoiding players in situations like that. But the thing is, without D'Angelo Russell, without Curry, without all these guys, this team is so thin. They blew out the Memphis Grizzlies in this game, and they continued to play their starters down the stretch until there was only a couple seconds left. They had a 9-man rotation. Now Draymond Green exited last game, had an elbow injury. I would not be the least bit surprised if he left this game. Now he's been starting at point guard, so if he misses, I would fully expect Kai Bowman to enter the starting lineup, and he would be one of the better plays on the slate, even in his mid 4K price range on both the sites. I think that he's a solid play. Eric Pascal has been an absolute monster this year with D'Angelo Russell and Steph Curry off the court. He only played 24 minutes this game, but he was in severe foul trouble. Picked up his second foul with 4 minutes left into the first quarter, which is a relatively normal rotation. He came back in pretty late into the second quarter, picked up his third, left the game, and then ended up picking up his fourth in the third quarter, midway through the third quarter. Had to leave the game, and then as soon as he came back in, he picked up his fifth, and then eventually picked up his sixth and fouled out. So he would have played 32 plus minutes. He's been leading the team in usage the last couple of games. So I want to go back to the well with Eric Pascal. You see last game in those 24 minutes, he had a 31.5% usage rating. I absolutely love him again at 5.9K on DraftKings, and on FanDuel, he's at 5.9K as well. So I like him on both those sites. But the guy I really want to go to is Alec Burks. I don't know how you get away from him. He's been in the upper range of usage rating comparative to his teammates. Same with assist percentage. And especially if Draymond's out, even though Kai Bowman might get the start, regardless of who gets the start, he's going to be handling the ball a ton, and he's the most consistent scorer. He's the only really true scorer on this team outside of maybe Eric Pascal, but I think Burks is quite a bit better. Alec Burks, 5.2K. I think it's just way too cheap. He played 36 minutes, and they ended up blowing out Memphis. So regardless of how this game goes, even if they get blown out, I still think that he's going to play minimum 32 minutes a game. So minimum 30 minutes a game, to be fair. But I really like going back to the well with Alec Burks. And then over here on Fanduel, he's a weak small forward position. They rose his price to 6.2K, but I think it's really easy for him to pay that price off. Now, one of the other injuries that we have on the slate is Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson has already been ruled out, and they already gave us news that Larry Nance is going to start in its place. But the thing that we're waiting for is who's starting at the 5. That's huge news. It's a lot bigger news than people may think. Larry Nance and Kevin Love are about the same size. I think Love is about an inch taller, so it doesn't really matter who for the Cavs who they're starting at the 5. But in terms of fantasy production, Larry Nance, we saw last year, whenever he was starting at the 5, we wanted him. When he was starting at the 4, we didn't want him. Now, his price is so cheap on both sides. I'm going to want Larry Nance no matter what, but it's a significantly better play if he's starting at the 5. We saw that last year when he was starting there. He was averaging about 1.1 fantasy points per minute as opposed to about 0.75 fantasy points per minute when he was not playing at the 5. So if he's starting at the 5 against a pace-up team in the Miami Heat, even though they are dogs, I want to go back to the well with Larry Nance, who has been solid so far this year, and he's already getting pretty good minutes regardless of the situation, because we know that he's splitting pretty much all of his minutes with Kevin Love. He's getting some minutes at the 3. And Tristan Thompson's been playing 31 minutes per game, so it's going to open up quite a bit for this Cleveland team. So you could expect Love or Nance to start at the 5. That's going to open up some minutes at the 4, so more minutes for Cedi Osman. I would expect some more minutes for Kevin Porter as well. They get a slight boost. I don't really want to go to there, but Larry Nance I think is one of the better plays of the day. And then one last play I really haven't done much research on, but I know like off the top of my head, because right when I started this I saw that that Jake Layman was ruled out for tonight's game. And that is pretty big news for Robert Covington, just because we saw earlier in the year Robert Covington was struggling fantasy-wise, but that was mostly due to his minutes, and he wasn't getting nearly as many minutes because Jake Layman was siphoning them away. So with Layman out, it gives a lot of security to Robert Covington's minutes. I know he's 5.7K over here in a tough spot against Utah. But he should be playing 32 plus minutes in this game. We saw that he just played 32 minutes against the same Utah team, shot 10 times, grabbed 8 boards. And he's 6.1K over on Fanduel, so I think he's a decent play. Andrew Wiggins is, of course, he's going to come down to a game time decision. So it could open up some more things for Karl Anthony Towns at 9.6K. I think people are going to be off of him, even though he just did perform very, very well against the same Utah team the other day. But I think the real goal of the slate is to get up to one of these studs, whether it be Giannis Antetokounmpo, James Harden. I slightly prefer Giannis just because of the matchup. And then preferably, I'm probably going to get to mostly Luka Doncic today. I mean, people really need to be respecting him and putting him in the same categories as guys like Giannis and James Harden when their respective teams are fully healthy, because Luka's averaging almost 1.7 fantasy points per minute, and he's been extremely consistent, one of the most consistent players in the league, and he's nearly averaging a triple-double, and obviously he gets one of the best matchups against the worst defensive rating team in the league, the Golden State Warriors. They're massive favorites. I think they're projected for 115 points right now. So I think Luka Doncic, one of the best plays on the slate. I slightly prefer him point per dollar to the other guys. I like Giannis Antetokounmpo as well, as I mentioned earlier. So yeah, if you guys want to join the team, it's sharpsportsnetwork.com. Follow me on Twitter at Taylor Stuber. Link is in the description. If you guys want to see some of my favorite plays for free, and I will be streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/sharpsportsnetwork. Link is also in the description. Check us out over there, completely free. Hope you guys do well today, and until next time, peace.